Hello everyone, Terita here. Today I'm going to be reacting to Yuno's Set in Stone music video off of his new album that's coming out November 5th called I Know. And it's quite a short music video, but it has so many elements that I really want to explore with you all. So I hope that you hang out with me as we watch this music video together. So let's do this. All right, ready and go. Another thing about this music video that I really find so cool is you can tell the difference between him filming something that's very natural and when he is being performative. Like, there is like a difference between that, like that concept of fake and documentary. Even the way that he walks and he like expresses himself even with this part right there, you know that it's bleeding between real and fake with the elements that we saw in the short film earlier in the comeback. And then you can see him very much free with his, like, by how he looks. Like, he's wearing his eyeglasses, he's dancing randomly in places. He's totally a dancer because my sister can dance anywhere. And then the cartoon, like, I want to talk about the cartoon like after the video, but it's very telling on how he's trying to portray himself. Very, very cute, but there's something else. Like, I really like it. So there's so many elements in this music video that I really want to discuss. And going back into the music video, if you notice, like, the cartoon elements, the first thing that you see is a big globe, and then in the middle of the globe you see the character of Yuno and an alien right beside him. Well, like, his back, it's like their back is against each other, and then there's this like melding into one. And that is very much like, it's a reflection, so we know that it is the same person. And the melding just confirms that maybe Yuno sees himself as an alien. And as an artist, you become alien. You're not a regular office worker. You have to go into elements that are very creative and out of this world in order to be relevant. And so we see that he feels alien in this world. I think that's what it means. So another element that I really enjoy in this this album, or this comeback, because we haven't heard the album yet, but it's giving like great maturity, emotional maturity, and an evolution of his artistry. Especially, like, there's this like scaffolding element to how he's portraying himself and projecting or showcasing himself to the public. If you noticed in Thank You, it was about it's seen as very preachy. There was this sermon element to how he was singing, preaching very honestly, and these 3 lessons in life. And then in reality show, especially in Spotlight, we see that he's talking about a showman and an entertainer, and how his life might look a certain way on stage, very like exciting and just joyful, but what happens off the stage, that negative feeling of like not having that validation from the audience and not being in that artistry at the moment, has left a showman very empty. But now in Set in Stone, we see this element, and I think he's going to, this album is called I Know, so the element is really about him dealing with himself, this melding, like the alien and him coming together and just accepting. It's a song of self-acceptance, and I think this is an album of self-acceptance, and I'm totally looking forward to seeing where he goes when it comes to Stretch, because we saw in Body Language that was the fake version, and then Stretch is going to be the documentary version, so that melding is very critical in his creative endeavors, and I'm looking forward to that. Another thing that I'm like really excited for as well, and it's seen in this music video, Set in Stone, is the elements of real and fake. There are certain parts in the video you're like really questioning, like, is this really him, or is this the artist that he portrays on stage? The in the Yuno윤ho, there were times where even like the way that he was dressed, like there were elements where it's like, this is performative and this is not performative, which is very interesting. You can tell the difference between the two individuals. There is this sense of vulnerability that he's giving off in this music video that was just very intimate, and there was this sense of solace and in solitude or being by himself that was seen in this music video. And another thing that I found very interesting, that piqued my interest, was the perspective of how he filmed the music video. We know that there are like, we as an audience get an intimate access to how he sees himself. Even the way that he dressed, there, like, you know that this is him. And then there was a part where he was dancing, where you know that this is an element of this is like the combination of who I really am, but this is my performative side, because what on earth are you dancing in the middle of LA for? Like, you okay, boo? You must be entertaining others with that part. But then there's the other aspect where you see him on the streets of London from that short film, where he's like high fashion, very performative, like he looked super cool, really good looking. So, but there was this part in Tokyo where he is outside sitting on a car, and he is just so lonely. And I know it wasn't him personally, because like I said, like the way that he dressed is like distinctive. So we see him in this element, like he doesn't have his eyeglasses on, he's standing out in the middle of nowhere in Tokyo and just looking alone. And like, this man is like playing on perspective a lot, like how he sees himself and how he wants others to see him. And the only time that we see how he sees himself is when he is holding the camera. If you notice, there's only a few times where he shows him like holding the camera and he's seeing towards the camera. But other times it's him being looked at, and it's like he's saying, I know how people see me. This is how I want you to see me, but this is how I see myself. Man, that hit a little bit. Another thing that I really am looking forward to with I Know, and just seeing with Set in Stone, is, you know, lyrically and visually and creatively going into the area of conscious-minded music, which is very rare in the pop realm. I see it in genres like reggae and hip hop and even jazz. But it's very rare in pop music, which focuses on popular topics like romance and the ending of romance and just dancing the night away, or just going to work all day and you can't wait until Friday so you can dance or something like that. So it's nice to know that there's an artist out there that is willing to explore the human story of just existing. I can go on for hours off of this less than 2-minute music video, but I'm not gonna bore you, and I really want to know your opinions on it in the comments down below. Let's have a discourse, let's have a discussion, because oh my gosh, I cannot wait until November 5th. I am so excited. So I hope that you enjoyed my reaction, and I will see you next time. Bye.